Hi, I'm John.
And I'm Jeremy.
We're from Trophy Eyes, and you're watching Rock Sound.
James Wilson-Taylor here for Rock Sound. Delighted to be joined now by a couple of the lads from Trophy Eyes. How are you, boys?
Good, thank you.
Good.
Yeah, good, thanks.
Good to see you guys. Welcome back to the UK, we should say, first of all. The album's out, American Dream. Absolutely love it. Really, really great album. You know, we've been really loving it in the office and everything. I guess it's a slightly different sound for you guys and these big kind of American-sounding anthems. What were the direct inspiration points for this musically?
I think, personally, I drew a lot of inspiration from Texas. I was in Texas at the time, and you know, the Deep South's pretty like romantic place. It's naturally beautiful. The people are different. People talk slower. Right. Southern hospitality is definitely a thing. You know, everyone's very, very kind, and yeah, and just kind of the simplicity of it, and you know, going to bars and hearing big classic rock like Bruce Springsteen and stuff like that. And yeah, I think all of those. As I was writing, I started to find a pattern, kind of subconsciously in the music, and I was like, oh, I can hear that. It's starting to sound like where I am, and then I kind of consciously directed that in that way, and I guess that's where the inspiration came from.
And you mentioned Springsteen there. Were there any other specific artists that you thought, you know, well, that's something we'd like to tap into there? Any other reference points there?
I don't know. I guess like we just tried to like what we were listening to at the time, I guess. So there was a bit of Coldplay. I was listening to a lot of old Queen, so just like it just naturally came as what we were listening to at the time. So yeah, and then we were all kind of into old rock bands at the time. So yeah.
For me, Killers, Coldplay, yeah, just big rock numbers, I guess. U2, I really like U2 as well. So yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's got a kind of slightly heavier take on it all as well, because it's very, very you guys. It works really nicely. I would just say as well, lyrically, you're still dealing with kind of darker and personal topics and everything, but what's nice is that contrast between the big, bright melodies and everything. Was that kind of a difficult balance to walk sometimes? How did it work?
I think we've always really done that. The whole idea behind singing in Trophy Eyes, I guess, when we first started, there was mostly screaming, and I had the idea, like, if I'm going to be up here screaming, I don't want to be singing about parties or things that wouldn't emotionally drive you to scream, you know. So with the intentions of being honest as possible, I wrote about things that affected me, you know, and that I wanted to write about, and that I thought were, you know, big things that changed and influenced my life. So I guess the dark topics have always kind of come quite naturally for us, and then I guess we started quite pop-punky when we first started writing, so I think that contrast has really always been there, but I think people are noticing it a lot more recently, because I feel like we did it right this time, you know. I feel like we hit it on the nail this time. So
yeah, a crowning achievement for sure. I've got to ask about the video as well, specifically Friday Forever. That's some moves, mate. You got some moves in that video, man.
Thank you.
Talk me through that. Was there a choreographer involved? Is that you freestyling? How did it all go down?
Well, funny story, I did get a choreographer involved because I can't really dance. So I went and looked for somebody to put some moves together for me, and we were kind of in her dance studio, and what she had was like straight 100% Backstreet Boys, and I was like, oh shit. Okay, so I can't do that.
Right.
And it was actually choreographed entire dance with all the moves ready to go to different parts of the song. And I thought, what I'll do is I'll steal some of those moves and put my own stage moves in there and just kind of freestyle. And that's exactly what I did.
It worked nicely.
When we saw the rough cut of the video, all of the other band members said that it looks like John just warming up for a show. Because besides doing his vocal warm-ups, John's doing that. He's dancing around, he's jumping around. That's pretty much it.
Getting the stretches of the jumping, going backstage. That's excellent. Yeah, nice to see. That's why it looks so natural. It works. I guess, I mean, it's too early, I suppose, to talk about new music, because the album, of course, has just dropped. But where do you guys see positioning yourselves moving forward? It did feel like a big step forward in a way, because it is a bigger sound for you guys. Do you feel like you're going to push that more in the future?
Yeah, yes and no, I guess. We've always been like the kind of band who just, you know, writes what we want to write. So we don't try and fall into like a genre or anything like that. We just we try to see, we just do what we think sounds good. And if it sounds good, we do it. So I think, I guess it'll depend where we are as people next album cycle and see where it goes, I guess. Yeah. But we're really enjoying the sound we have now, so I'm sure we will, expand on the new take we have and go from there, I guess. Yeah.
But not afraid to keep trying new stuff, I suppose, is the point. Yeah, definitely up for moving in new directions. That's
Yeah,
cool. That's
100%.
good to hear, man.